And we are live. What up, everybody? We set up. God bless everybody watching now and on the repeat. It's Nino Radio. It is Monday, August 19th, 7:09 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? Hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at it. Today again is Monday, but it's my Sunday, basically, and tomorrow's is my Monday. So let's go. Shout out everybody with those weird schedules, right? So, anyways, I'm back at it, y'all. We're gonna drop it live. I got a couple of interesting topics from our people watching now, and on the repeat, we will get to them momentarily. Again, hopefully everybody's having a great day. We are streaming currently on Kick, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, /X, and I think that's about it. Oh, and Kick. So shout out everybody watching now and on the repeat. Let's go. So, anyways, y'all, good weekend for me. I had my 2 days off, and there I am, somewhat dreading my Monday tomorrow, but that's what we got to do. We have to work to provide for our families, and work I do, and work most of us do. So let's go. One more clap. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get into it right now, y'all. I don't really know what's trending. I got a couple of awesome topics we'll touch on tonight, and we'll go from there. So if you can bear with me, let's get to the first topic at hand. Let's take our shots at Kamala. What's up with this woman, y'all? I shared this picture and I said, what's happening with this woman? Now, if you notice, y'all, Trump, he looks pretty good, right? For his age and for him, taking a bullet, right? Let's be honest. But Kamala just ain't looking too good lately, y'all. And I think I have another picture today, Junior. I have another picture of her crowd attendance, y'all. And in the crowd, it seems like the honeymoon is over. I say that to say this. Once you compare these pictures of the actual audience, the people in attendance, man, if it's not a free concert, y'all, Kamala cannot pack Nathan, right? She cannot pack a stadium whatsoever. Trump can without any big name celebrities, right? So I'll scroll to that in a minute, but here I am on Nino's America. Check me out on Facebook, y'all. I had to jump off the main one. I got basically shadow banned on the main Facebook page, and it was kind of crazy. It happened whenever Trump took the bullet, y'all. So I thought that was kind of odd, but that's what happens. That's how it goes. Anyway, so here's a picture of Kamala, y'all, then and now. Tell me what you think. And let's continue down the scroll, y'all, on the Facebook page. Again, check me out on Nino's America on Facebook. We're doing pretty good over there. I want to go to the actual post of there it is right here. Honeymoon phase is over, or is it? President Trump's rally today this is in Pennsylvania versus Kamala's rally in North Carolina. North Carolina yesterday, where 109 people showed up. Raleigh has 11 times the population of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. So they're saying basically that Trump's rally, there's more people that live in North Carolina compared to Pennsylvania, right, in the cities respectively. And only 109 people showed up to see Kamala, y'all. What is going on? Is a honeymoon over? I believe it is to a certain degree, but do not let these people trick you. Do not let these don't let these numbers and polls and empty seats, like Lisa says, don't let it trick you, y'all, because I'm telling you, the Democrats are very cunning. Okay, I keep telling all my people that, y'all, they are they're not dumb, okay? And without getting banned on social media, on YouTube, of all places, I can't say certain things about the election. That's all I got to say. Just be leery and never underestimate a Democrat, y'all, especially the Democrat Party, because they do not play fair. And hey, I'm not sitting here just, going all in for the Republicans, even though I'm a conservative, but I'm just saying for shizzle, the Democrat Party cannot be trusted whatsoever, straight up. So let's continue on the scroll, y'all. Before we get into our topics, y'all, we didn't touch a couple. Here's a video I did on this Venezuelan. We'll touch on that in a minute, y'all. It kind of went, I'm not going to say went viral, but I had a little bit of blowback on my interviews I had lately, y'all. I'll touch on that in a minute. Let's see here. Here's Kamala's new campaign poster. The same one that did Barack Hussein Obama's poster. Remember that one? Did this one. And it says forward. I said forward to where? Like, for real. And someone crossed out the W or crossed out the D and said for war. So anyways, it's kind of interesting little picture I shared during the week of Kamala's new slogan / poster. And it's disturbing, to say the least, y'all. It just gives me the 1984 vibes. Weirdo Kamala. I ain't voting for her. Are you? Okay, so let's continue, y'all. We'll go down the scroll. Okay, the monkey paw, I got to get away from that. I don't want to get in trouble over here. Okay, here's Stephen King. But one more before we go into our topics at hand, y'all. On the Facebook page, check me out on Nino's America. Shout out everybody watching. If you're on there currently watching me, thank you. Here's Stephen King. Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. Those that watch now and on the repeat, I want to test my audience. I know already. I know how y'all are. Nobody likes this guy, right? This Republican or conservative or Trumper, for lack of better words. But I'm gonna be honest. I even wrote here, man, I had to keep it real. I could have been, gun ho, Trump only, screw Stephen King. But I got a bookshelf back here and it got a lot of Stephen King books. I like Stephen King's writing. And I even put on here, love his books, can't stand him, can't stand his politics. He's one of the most outspoken people against Trump, besides maybe Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro, I didn't know this, y'all. That fool got banned on Twitter. That fool is straight banned on X, y'all, out of all places, right? He got TDS. And they had a poll, or they had a question up the other day, said, should they reinstate Robert De Niro's Twitter? I believe they should, right? I believe nobody should have their accounts taken out or banned, but supposedly Robert De Niro, his account has been taken out by Twitter, Elon Musk, whoever, for, saying he's just a real hateful old man with TDS. So again, though, I don't believe that his free speech should be suppressed whatsoever, right? We got to have free speech for everybody. Back to Stephen King. So I wrote on here, I love his books, can't stand him. And that's the truth, though, right? I kind of get blowback when I talk bad about SPM, because I'm like, you know what? I'm not listening to his music. People want to separate the character from the art, right? But I ain't gonna listen to music of a convicted child predator like SPM, right? If you don't know who it is, look through my videos. We have a couple explaining the situation. Houston, Texas rapper, pervert, in prison, but he has a huge following. They listen to his music and they support him. I digress. I'm just making the parallel comparison with him and Stephen King to a certain degree, that can you support someone like Stephen King as far as the art, the craft, the writing, and even though you do not like what he stands for as a person, right? His politics. Again, I love Stephen King's writings, y'all. I've read most of his books. That's the thing with him, though, y'all. How many classics does he have? He has quite a bit, but how many can you actually buy, or how many does he have that you can have them on the shelf and you don't read them all, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people have read all of Stephen King's, all his works, right? The point is, though, I made the post. People don't like him. I really don't like him, but I do read his books, and I'm not gonna lie, I buy them when they come out, y'all. It's one of the first, authors I see on the bookshelf that, when it comes to books, I will buy a book. I just bought one he wrote. You Like It Darker, I think what it's called. It's like 20 short stories coming up to Halloween. I bought the book at the store, and I'm reading it, or I'm starting to read it currently. Right now, I'm reading Shogun. That's an awesome book. I'm almost halfway done with that one. I love to read. Back to what I was saying, y'all. Do you support Stephen King? Do you support his writing, or it's a no-go? Let me know. Anyway, so let's go to the comments. What's up, y'all? My people up in here. Hey, Cindy, how are you doing? What about Candace? Oh, hey, Chula, we finna get to Candace. It's very interesting. I got a real good segment on Candace. Okay, I'm not gonna play none of her stuff, because, to be honest, what she's saying right now is what gets people banned from forever. And I'm not gonna play nothing that she says. You can look it up for yourself on Twitter. You can see some clips on Instagram. But Candace is on, I wouldn't even call it a rant and rave or rampage, but man, they got conservatives actually calling for Candace to be canceled, y'all. So we'll touch on that in a minute. It's pretty crazy, Chula. If you get a chance to stick around, I will highlight that in a minute, and we'll get all into that. Anyways, KC says, I thought it was Bernie. Yeah, I kind of thought so too, right? Chula says, I get evil vibes from Kamala. I do too. Michael Starks, boy, you trash. Okay, thanks for watching. Let's see here. Chula says, good. Leave him off. Let him get a taste of what conservatives go through. Then let him back in the ring. Interesting, right? Let's see. I find it hard too. I love Robert De Niro now, but I can't stomach him. I feel I can't support these evil woke people. That's the thing with Robert De Niro, y'all. He's one that I'm not gonna watch his crap. There's movies that have come out with him in there, and I'm automatically, me and my wife, turned down on watching him and supporting him. He's one that I really can't stand. He's really vile, And Stephen King, to a certain degree, is up there. Also, the newest book, one of the newest books he wrote, I read it at work. Right, I got time to kill when I'm loading and unloading. It was called Billy Summers, and of course, he's in the book taking shot at Trumpers, y'all. He does like probably 4 to 5 references about Trump supporters and Trump throughout the whole book, y'all. So he is a player hater. He is a Trump hater, and there he is, y'all, wearing this stupid shirt. Let's continue. One more scroll before I go. I got this new video up called Locked Up Love. I interviewed Michael Bryant and his wife. They met in prison, got out, got married. They have a YouTube channel. Awesome interview. If you check it out on the channel, it's pretty good. This one right here is kind of weird. I don't know if I get in trouble for playing this. I'm going to go ahead and play it, though. So this right here is a clip, right? Let me get back over here. My bad, y'all. This was very weird.
Going back just like a tree that's planted by the water. We're not going back. Voting for our freedoms, we're not going back. Control of our own bodies, we're not going back. Just like a tree that's planted by the water. We're not going back. Voting for our sisters, we're not going back. Voting for our brothers, we're not going back. Just like a tree that's planted by the water. We're not going back. Voting for our...
And of course it says voting, but I didn't change the caption, y'all. Sorry for playing that. If it hurt your ears, sorry about that. My wife said that they ruined one of her favorite hymns. I believe this actually is a hymn, not a her. So this is a hymn, right? And my wife said it was one of her favorite hymns, and there they are, y'all. They call us cult supporters or cultists. I mean, look at these people, you know. It's pretty wild. And just a bunch of old white Democrats, y'all. And I'm going to be honest, it's probably some of the most, man, I got to be careful about words here. That's the ones that really can't stand your boy. Some of these and some of those. Some of all of those. So anyways, y'all, it's a pretty interesting, song they made. I put it all over my social media. I forgot where I got it from, Twitter, I believe. And y'all, it's just cringe as hell. You got to be a certain kind of person to be a Kamala supporter. How crazy that she basically stole that position. She dropped out of the primaries. She was not very popular or well liked. And all of a sudden, Joe Biden steps down and now she steps up to the occasion. How is that not a stolen position? If I was a Democrat voter, I would be pissed as hell. And shout out AOC. I think AOC is one of the only ones, or one of the few, that spoke out against this and said this ain't right. That Kamala just is automatically the pick. They tricked all these Democrat voters and they didn't like her. They picked Biden over her a long time ago. And now she's the front runner to be the president. And you got these weirdo libtards singing these cultist songs with no kind of swag, no kind of juice, nothing, right? Some weirdo vibes over here. I would be pissed off if I was a Democrat. But let's be completely honest, y'all. If Trump did this, if this was the roles were reversed and Trump did the same thing that they did, right? That maybe he was a VP and then he stepped up to be the president, right? And he lost in the primaries. Boy, they will be all on our case. But because they hate Trump so much, y'all, they let it slide. Quit looking towards your emotions and feelings and failed campaign promises, y'all. Look for the policy. Look for the people. Say what you want about Trump, y'all. I just know this. I just did my taxes. I had an extension, and man, my numbers were looking good under Trump. Now they ain't so hot. I think a lot of people could attest to that fact. I know many. Telling my wife, groceries were this much. We couldn't even believe it. 150 for a couple of products. My wife said, yep, keep on voting for Biden. And that's what you're going to get. Keep on voting for the Democrats. What a world. Am I taking calls today? Probably not. And Foka, to be honest, bro, I can't really have you on the line, bro. You be talking all that. I mean, I like what you talk about, bro, but you be saying too much on here, bro, and YouTube's going to take me out with your call. But I ain't going to lie. Follow me on Twitter, bro. Maybe we can do a Twitter space. Anyways, we're going to talk about Candace, y'all, in a minute. So let's go to boom. All right, what's up, everybody? Chula says, yep, they have on-spot abortions and vasectomies on the DNC site. I saw that. Most are feminists and soy-soaked men. Totally agree. All right, so let's get to the first topic at hand, y'all. Right? Now, this is pretty interesting. If I can get over here. Eddie Griffin. If I can restart this, my bad, y'all. Let's get over here. Eddie Griffin goes off on Kamala and YouTube. Check it out.
Well, I don't know if, I'm sure you've all seen this because you've been logging in. I'm sure you've seen that Are you sure you want to go to Eddie Griffin's page? Because the fact checkers have said that I'm dispersed false information.
Okay, real quick. I don't know if that's from YouTube because I don't think they do that because I went and subscribed to his channel. I have another video, but I haven't dropped it about Eddie Griffin. He was down talking Kamala bad. And to be honest, I don't know if I wanted to post it because the things he says was pretty racy. And I'll leave it at that. But I went ahead and subscribed to his channel today. This dude's blowing up, doing big numbers. We'll look at his channel in a minute. I just want to play this clip. I had to input my input right now and say, I don't think that do you want to follow is from YouTube because I don't think YouTube does that because I subscribed to his channel and I didn't get the warning. I believe that's actually maybe from Instagram, maybe Facebook, but for sure I think that warning pops up on Instagram whenever they label you for pushing false news or fake news, right? And it's weird. He talks against Kamala. He's been very vocal against the witch, and now they're trying to suppress his accounts. Let's continue though. Check it out.
No, I'm delivering truth as I see it. Now, I thought YouTube was about opinions. That's why it's called YouTube. It's my tube. It's my YouTube, mother. Y'all can't tell me what to fucking say and how to say it. You shouldn't have wrote freedom of speech if you didn't want motherfuckers to use that goddamn shit. Now,
Okay, and I'm just going to say this. Eddie, I support you, but when you get on these platforms and you sign up for them, they have the rules and regulations. I ain't trying to be, tattletale or, a bootlicker for social media, but coming from someone that's been banned and restricted many times, I've learned to work around these community guidelines, should I say. I follow all of them, right? I don't break no rules. But the point is, Eddie, you have to be very careful whenever you get on these platforms because you sign up to be on their platform and they have to insert ads to make revenue. So that's how you get stuck in this little, anti-free speech bubble, for lack of better words. So Eddie, you are somewhat right here. I believe in you. I back you up, bro. But you have to abide by their guidelines if you want to be on the platforms. Because to be honest, Eddie, everybody watching, if I were you, I would check out this guy's channel as much as possible because I got a feeling, not trying to curse the dude, but to be honest, the way he's going, thank God they bleeped out a lot of his curse words. That would help. But the way this guy's going, the route he's on, y'all, sooner or later, they're going to get him and take out his channel. They're going to nuke it. I'm just being honest. That's just what I see, what he's saying. He's just too real and raw. And he's getting a little taste of it on social media, y'all, how they do you. Once you start speaking against this, agenda they have, whoever they are, from the Jays to the Democrats, whatever you want to call them, that's when you get on their radar. And once you get on their radar and you start exposing these people that run everything, it's over. I don't know if you noticed, y'all, on Instagram, when I used to go live on Instagram all the time, I was letting it rip. I was pushing the limit over there, y'all. And finally got rid of, going live on Instagram. It ain't really, it ain't worth it in my time, right? To waste time on lives over there. That's why I came to YouTube and I'm streaming on all the platforms right now. We're trying to make a bag. We're trying to make the most of our time and spread our message throughout all platforms, right? But the point is, Instagram was a little bit more on the free speech leaning side. You don't see me act the same way I act on Instagram on YouTube, of all places, because you can't act like that. You can't say certain things on YouTube that you could say on Twitter, especially Twitter, right? Or even Instagram or Facebook. They all have different kinds of, policies at hand. They have different kind of AI bots and algorithm checkers. And, they have their ways to catch, controversial topics and people with opinions like Eddie and myself and anybody, right? They will catch you and cramp down on you ASAP with the quickness on these platforms. That's why, Eddie, I wish someone would tell him this. You got to learn how to deliver the message in a certain way where you're not going to get banned. I love what this guy's doing. He's very entertaining, man. This guy has an awesome show, but I'm telling you, he is on the borderline of getting taken out on his channel.
I don't know who the fact checkers is, but you need to check the facts and send me a list of these fact checkers because you don't have them.
That's another thing. I'm breaking this video all down. I got a fact check on my Facebook post, and I knew it would come sooner or later. But if you post anything on Facebook, let me give you a little tip, y'all. I don't erase it no more, right? If I catch something that's false or something misleading, I don't erase it because I let it stay on there. Because once you post it, even if you erase it within a minute, they're still going to get you a violation. It's going to catch through the system sooner or later. That's what I've learned, right? So what I do is I refute the fact checkers later. Eddie needs to find the fact checkers that fact check his post if it's on Facebook, which I believe it is, or Instagram. And you can find the person that wrote the fact check on the content. You can go through the back door. You got to go through jump a couple hurdles, Eddie, and everybody listening, and you can email the companies that gave you the fact check. And you go change your caption and correct it, and you just put blah blah. This is false. This story came out. You just put a little fact check correction on the caption, and they will take your fact check away. And your fact checks hurt your post. I digress. Point is, the companies that do this, sometimes you can get 1 to 5 different companies fact checking your post, because I guess the way they do it, they write the articles up. Facebook, primarily Meta, pays them for their work, and they automatically slap a fact check on your post once it pops up in the system. So you have to go through 1 to 5 people /emails /companies to write them, correct your caption, tell them you did, send them a link, and then they take the fact check off. Then again, sometimes it takes months for this to happen, y'all. I'm telling you, I know how to do it myself. The point is, there's a bunch of fact checkers. The last one I got, there's somebody from Japan. Okay, so these companies are from everywhere, getting a piece of the pie here, making money off of your posts, fact checking them, and then in order to write them, how the hell am I going to write somebody in Japan or Korea or wherever the hell? I don't even speak that language, but I got a fact check from someone or a company that has articles written in some kind of Asian language. It is crazy what's happening with social media, y'all. I'm telling you.
You lying sons of bitches. Yeah, where the f they getting their facts from? Facts are relative. God damn it. Is it a fact that a female can box a dude? Is it a fact that you can tell a kid that he can change his sex at motherfucking 8, 9, 10 years old? Is that a fact?
You see what I'm saying? You see what this dude's
Fact checker? Are you not a male when you're born with 2 balls and a
Whoa.
fact check that? Are you not a female when you're born with 2 ovaries and a clit? Fact check that, you fact checking motherfuckers. Oh yeah, and I'm going against community guidelines. What is the community guidelines, huh? Send me that. What community are you talking about? My community? Or your community? Or Chinese community? Or Asians community? Or Israel community? What community are you talking about? UK community? What community? You don't like what I say, you don't have to be on my motherfucking network. That's all I'm saying. Freedom of choice. They can click on or click the fuck off, but stop trying to lead them in the click off motherfucking position. Before I sue you motherfucker, because you owe me goddamn money, you sons of bitches. Now, fact check that. Tat.
Okay, and here he is going in on Kamala, but hey, salute him. Eddie, that's how it is, bro. I mean, I love your fire, your passion, but that's how it works, bro. I guess the guy's getting popular on YouTube, y'all. His channel doing 24, 25. I've seen 80,000 views. I mean, he's going up. Maybe he has a Facebook page. I mean, I have every platform myself, right? The point is, y'all, these are the guidelines they put in place, and it's crazy. Yeah, I don't want to go too much in the weeds, but there's some YouTube channels, y'all, that show actual N-word, N-U-D-I. I don't even want to even say that on my channel. And due to them, there was an article, there was a bunch of posts on it, due to them being an informational / a teaching subject, women are showing themselves with even a fake baby. You get the rest here, and they get away with it, y'all. There's some crazy stuff on YouTube, y'all. But like I said, with them labeling their pages or their channels as information only or whatever, right, health-wise or whatever, they learn to cheat the system, y'all. I would actually do a video on that, y'all, but I ain't trying to get taken down. But that's what happens on YouTube, everybody. They can have rules for someone that's not going to apply to you, but then they have rules for everybody, and it's up to you to maneuver in or on these platforms, y'all, not just YouTube, all of them. Eddie Griffin right here is a great voice. He's very entertaining. He's not woke. He don't like Kamala, but the point is, all this stuff is already etched into, digital stone. From the rules, regulations, community guidelines. I hope the dude, gets it together, because he won't be on here much longer. Look at Charleston White, y'all. They took him out. He was too raw and real for YouTube.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up.
Uh-huh.
And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more.
She asked you what you're
Now,
gonna
we
do
have to
about
understand
inflation.
what that means. That's about the cost of living going up.
You still ain't
That's
answered the
about
goddamn
having to
question.
stress
What are
and
you going to
stretch
do
limited
about
resources.
inflation?
That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic,
She's talking
but
about
is on a
inflation.
daily level,
Uh-huh.
something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously,
We take.
very seriously.
She asked you.
And we know from the history of this issue in the United
So
States
did you got
that when
2
you
or
see
3
these
motherfuckers
prices-
inside of you? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because you keep saying this is what we plan. Who the fuck is the we, huh? She asked you a specific question, and you danced around all this shit because you don't know what inflation, the definition of it really means, do you? It means the Federal Reserve keeps printing motherfucking money so the value of your dollar goes down. That's inflation. How do we get the dumbest motherfuckers?
Let's go. No, he's right though, and that's why. Look, we'll go to. I think Candace is next on the topic, right? Of Israel. I'll leave it at that. But that's the problem, though. We send money to Israel, we send money to Ukraine, all these foreign nations, and then the American taxpaying citizen has to pay for it due to inflation, y'all. Just like Eddie said, he understands how it works. We send all this money to these foreign nations. We're going broke. Our dollar's worthless, and we pay for it in the form of inflation. That's how I see it. That's how I kind of learned about it. That's why I say America first and only, y'all. Screw every other country. I ain't trying to give nobody any of my damn hard-earned money. But there's Eddie Griffin, y'all, going off on Kamala and YouTube. Very interesting to say the least. I hope the guy learns to maneuver on these platforms in order to stay in the fight and be a voice for those with similar and opposing opinion. We don't want to be on the same platform with everybody else thinking the same way. That's why I don't even really mess with True Social and these other platforms that are just only conservatives or Trumpers. Y'all, I want to be where everybody's at. Eddie Griffin, y'all, going in on Kamala and YouTube. Let's go. So, oh, my lights turned off in the back. Turn my lights back on. Boom. Get a little Getty Green. Anyways, y'all, so we are back live on the show. I'm going to set up
Well,
the next clip, y'all, and it's going to be in regards to Candace. I'll get to that momentarily. And yes, if you get a chance to check out Eddie Griffin, I'm telling you, I couldn't even, when I seen his clip the first time, I said, this dude is wild and very entertaining. Next topic, let's get to it right here, y'all. Candace Owens calling out, how do I say this? Oh, hold on, y'all. Candace Owens getting backlash and calling out the Jays. So if you haven't seen or noticed, y'all, Candace Owens has been on Twitter/X raising a ruckus. Now, many conservatives are saying or calling for her to be canceled. It kind of proves the point of Candace and many people, y'all. Once you start talking about a certain sect of people, you're in trouble. You're in hot water. I don't know if they're going to cancel her, but I seen some Jay making a post showing people how to report her YouTube channel. I'm like, man, that's pretty messed up. But I ran across this clip on X, and it was a Twitter space. And I saw Andrew Tate, Candace Owens, and I forgot who else, Dan Bazarian, whatever his name is. Many big name, high profile social media celebrities, whatever, right? Talking about Zionism. And I got to be careful with my words, right? I support, everybody's free speech, everything, right? Whatever. But the point is, she's calling out certain situations in America and in history, right? And asking who's in control of everything. She wrote right here, 1.5 million views. Truly incredible. Our conversation seems to have ripped a hole through the universe and reduced the establishments to ad hominem attacks. Thank you to the thousands of people who have signed up to support my work on locals. Many more forbidding combos to come. So basically, I saw her, Andrew Tate, and the big namers on this Twitter space, and the things they were saying, y'all, I couldn't believe it. And I felt a little bit vindicated because on Instagram, of all places, I was pushing hard with the message of who the real Jays are. What Christ said in the book of Revelation about the Christ rejectors, the fake Jays. And I was called every name in the book, y'all, years ago. But I guess the truth is the truth no matter what your feelings are, right? The feelings don't change the truth, but the truth can change your feelings. So I was called you know the word, long ago, but I was right. Okay. And Candace Owens, now she's out here pushing a message that's being broadcasted to millions. Many are agreeing and finally seeing who's in control, who's really wicked, and who controls everything. And I was very, inspired to see this Twitter space going down and her talking about this. It's a real touchy subject. Most conservatives / Christians, hold allegiance to the current state of where that reject Christ. They don't even like Jesus, but for some reason y'all support these people. I don't. But it was awesome to see Candace Owens on a Twitter space saying what she was saying, y'all. They talked about the Titanic, the Federal Reserve. I mean, you go down this rabbit hole, you will never come back out. And I hope you do one day. Even my boy Liberty Dragon told me one time, he said he thought I was kind of somewhat crazy when I was talking about this a long time ago. And he said, but I know Nino, he's my friend. And if he's talking about it, he's smart. He knows something. Turns out I was right again. Liberty Dragon started doing his research. And what do you know? Nino was right. I was called every name in the book. Many of us are. They just ask questions and do our own research. But that's what happens whenever you know something's the truth and you stick with it. If you get a chance, check out The Truth About Zionism, the Candace Owens Twitter space. She was on it a couple days ago. Amazing, mind-blowing content. And the thing is, now she's getting a bunch of hate and blowback for her stance. For her questioning the narrative, for her saying, why do we support these people? We support these nations that reject Christ. Why do we give them all our money and military support and aid? Why can't we ask that question, y'all? I don't want my money going to any foreign nation, especially a nation that spits on Christians and they reject Jesus Christ. I don't care what anybody says. I've been saying that for a long time. I got to be careful here on YouTube of all places. But if you get a chance, y'all, check out Candace Owens, y'all. She's on there just dropping truth bombs. Amazing content, thought-provoking content, and she has her eyes open. No wonder her and Kanye were getting along, right? And look what they did to Kanye West. She talks about that, y'all. Once you start talking about this kind of stuff, they try to cancel you, take you out, all kinds of stuff, y'all. Why do they do that? Always question. Well, let me rephrase that. The people that are in power, that's the people you cannot question. Why is that? Crazy times. Let's go. Yes, Chula says, hey, thank you, sis. I love Candace. She's fierce. I like her too. And I'm not a big time supporter of hers, but I gain a lot more respect for her newfound stance and research. So let's continue, y'all. That was Candace. What else did I have over here, y'all? I had something else lined up. Let me get over here to my page, if I can. I want to say it's going to be this one. I might be wrong. Let's go over here. Where is it at? Okay. Now, this is wild. I'm a heavy pusher of marriage. Amen. I'm a Christian. I'm conservative. But this woman right here has gone viral. She's gone viral talking about what she doesn't do as a married woman. I'm going to play this clip, ladies and gentlemen, and let me know if you agree with her or you disagree. Check it out.
Number one, I do not cook for my husband. I only cook for my children. My husband will be making his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number two, I do not help him pay any bills. So if he is short on the rent, on utilities, or anything like that, it is not my problem. I will not be helping him out.
I don't know if this is a skit or what, y'all, but first of all, she says she does not cook for him. That's a major violation, infraction on the marriage code. And then she said she doesn't help him pay the bills. I agree with that because, my wife doesn't work, hasn't worked in over probably 10 to 15 years. So I'm cool with that. But let's continue.
His job is to provide for his family. So I am not financially contributing to any of the bills. Number three, I do not do his laundry.
Oh,
I have my...
Hell no. I don't know how to work the remote. I don't know how to wash dishes. And I don't know how to work the laundry machine. What the hell's up with this lady?
My own laundry and my children's laundry to do, so he could do his own. I won't help him put it away. I won't help him fold anything. That's his responsibility. Number 4, he is responsible for replacing any of his essentials like soap, shampoo, anything like that. He needs to go buy it himself. Even if I'm at the store, I will not be replacing it for him. If he needs new underwear, new socks, or anything like that, that's for him to do. I'm not going to do it for him. I'm not going to enable.
What the hell? This got to be fake. Y'all, I'm going to do some more research on this one. Anyways, a married woman, wild claims. Women, don't be like this woman. For real. It seems like this woman wants to be on social media, giving her opinion, which she can, but she does not want to cook. She don't want to replace his underwear, his socks. Damn. Do you clean? And you don't even want to contribute with the finances. What do you want to do, woman? This is what we're dealing with, y'all, in 2024. People like this. That's her prerogative. She wants to be married to the man. He wants to marry her. Excuse me. That's them. Not in my house, though. Like I said, I don't know how to work none of them machines. I don't know how to do none of that. I just know how to put my steel toes on, go to work, kiss my wife, kiss the babies and dogs, and try not to get bit by a wild pack of hyenas and wild dogs outside my door. Go to work in the oil field. My wife takes care of everything else, y'all. I'm a traditional Christian with conservative values and ways, and it's wild to see someone with this attitude, but yet in 2024, it's somewhat normal, right? It's all ass backwards. Women like this want to have these rules and regulations on men that they marry, and the simp usually goes along with it. Go ahead. Not in my house. In my house, we're traditional. I work. My wife tends to the house and to the kids, and that's just how it is. And we live a blessed life. Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. This is pretty wild in my opinion, but I seen this come across my feed, and I had to react to it and say, man, shame on this woman. But that's how it is. I actually know some people, y'all, that are somewhat married together, whatever, and the man folds the laundry and maybe cooks a lot more too. So maybe this ain't that far-fetched. Maybe there's a lot of you out there that live like this. Not me, Holmes. Hell no. The only thing I'm going to be cooking is barbecue and the steaks and, and the corn. Everything else, my wife is cooking over here, y'all. That's how I live. If this woman wants to live like she wants to live, that's her prerogative. I just think it's very wild and crazy to say the least, that this is her attitude and the attitude of many women in 2024, y'all. Maybe it ain't that far-fetched. I'm thinking it's a joke. Maybe it's not. Whoa. And here we are. What up, y'all? Yes, Thug Nasty. Hey, what up, Thug Nasty? Shout out Thug Nasty. The Jays and yep, I agree, bro. I can't say that on the air. Women need to submit to their husbands. Totally agree. The Bible says they hate this part. The Bible says that women should submit to their husbands. Simple as that. I can go down the line and start, preaching about that, but I'm not going to do so. Women, submit to your husbands. Hopefully your husband's godly and you can live a godly life. Amen. So let's go to the next topic at hand, y'all. We're running through this pretty quickly. Boom. Oh, this one's good. This one is really good, y'all. What people... Oh, my bad. Wrong one. What people... Wrong one again. Damn, my bad. What people do for fame. Now, I seen this on TikTok of all places. This woman was gifting people galaxies, lions, and tigers and bears. Oh, my. And this came across my feed, and I have to react to it. This is wild. Now, this is where how do I say this? This is where the average man and woman, this is their mindset. She spent over $1 million. I think it's a milli plus, but I put 900,000 on the caption. But I think they went ahead and got her for $1 million, her defrauding somebody. And she didn't even invest the money. You know what? I'm against being a thief, but let's be honest, y'all. If you're going to grab a milli and you're going to go just gift somebody on TikTok, how stupid are you? Huh. I mean, get the million and invest in something that's going to make you some money. But this woman wanted supposedly to be a big-time TikTok celebrity, yet all she did was go into lives and gift these big gifts to these TikTokers in hopes to get her clout and her name up, y'all. What the hell? Let's watch it.
Prosecutors say a North Texas woman stole more than $1 million and spent most of it on TikTok in an attempt to boost her presence on social media. This week, a Tarrant County judge sentenced Stacey Blackman to 35 years in prison. Prosecutors say she also used stolen funds on other lavish expenses. Fox 4's David Sintendry spoke with prosecutors. David.
Well, the Tarrant County District Attorney's Office says Stacey Blackman spent about $1 million of stolen money on TikTok coins and then gave those TikTok coins to influencers in hopes of growing a following of her own.
She spent her money on TikTok.
$1.2 million. That's how much money Stacey Blackman pled guilty to stealing from a former employer while giving most of that money to influencers
on TikTok. And I actually seen this. I went through videos, I searched her name, and there's clips of her gifting somebody, galaxies and all these big, I don't know if you know how TikTok works. I kind of got into it a little bit first. I did like a live one time, a match or a duel, and they were sending me gifts and we won. But I knew it was a sham, y'all, because my people spent like $300 on me to win, and they gave me like $80 out of the pot. So that was the first and last time I ever did a match on TikTok because I found out the numbers were horrible. And I'm not going to let my people freaking, give me all this money to win a match with somebody, and TikTok keeps the most of it. It's a freaking sham. But that's what they do on TikTok. They do things on there. They do lives and people give them gifts. They're like little animated. They're just little cartoons. They pop up on the screen, anywhere from a galaxy to a lion to all kinds of weird, roses and all this weird stuff. But they're valued at a certain amount, and you have an account that you can gift from that account, right? So basically, she did this, and I seen videos of her doing so, and they knew her name. They would say her name and knew her name, and I guess that got to her head, and she wanted to be the person giving these big gifts on social media, on TikTok of all places, and it didn't turn out that good, y'all. Supposedly, she got over 30 years.
The social media app, TikTok.
A trusted individual. She was deceptive upon deceptive upon deceptive.
Blackman worked as an office manager for a high-end home building company in Southlake. In 2019, she began using a bank account of a senior partner who unexpectedly passed away, according to the Tarrant County District Attorney's Office. Did he have any family members who were wondering where this money might have been, or did they just not know there was any money?
So the money was stuck in probate. Stacey Blackman actually befriended the heir of this senior partner and was helping her figure out where all he had accounts and all of this. And so she was literally walking through this with the person she was victimizing.
Blackman used a company credit card to send nearly $900,000 through
PayPal, TikTok. That's how it works, right? PayPal's connected to TikTok. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie. I saw some charges on my PayPal. I was like, what the hell? Sometimes this stuff gets away from you, y'all, to be honest. I actually had some charges from Amazon Prime videos on my business account and personal account, which I hardly ever check, right? But one day I was looking through my numbers and I seen charges $3, $7, $2, $15. But like in a span of 8 months, it was up to $600, y'all, that my account on the Amazon Prime was charged. When I went through it and found out what it was, some weird companies, right? They told me, the guy from Amazon Prime said that it happened to him too, that it happens to a lot of people. You watch a video or you click on something on Amazon Prime and you don't know it. It doesn't, it's kind of, it's kind of like, what's the word here? It kind of tricks you, for lack of better words, but it's not upfront about what they do. Once you click on certain videos on Amazon Prime, you are signing up to subscriptions, and those add up over months. I had about $600, y'all, of charges on Amazon Prime that I did not authorize, yet somebody in my house was clicking on videos and watching them, and they were getting signed up to subscriptions unbeknownst to them or me that it was happening. And the guy on Amazon Prime actually took off my charges. I got like $600 back, thank God, right? But the point is, this stuff can get out of hand. And I wasn't even checking my stuff. I'm not giving this woman a pass, but it kind of makes sense. You're like, damn, $1 million, 1.2 million you gifted? I'm pretty sure she knew, but at the same time, y'all, you have all that money on a digital file, basically uploaded to these platforms through PayPal. This is all through digital currency / transactions. You are not swiping. You're not even swiping your card. You're not using cash. You're not swiping. You're using a gift that's connected to your bank account. So there you are, 50 to 60 gifts, every couple of days, and you're racking up thousands upon millions of dollars in bills on these gifts. I can see it happening because, to be honest, you're like, damn, how the hell she spend 1.2 million? Because you can swipe her, no swiping, Holmes. You keep swiping that, you keep pulling that, gift release mechanism on these social media platforms. Very easy to do, right? You hit a gift, send it, but it's connected to somebody's account. And in this case, it was connected to somebody that passed away, and the family found out because the whole thing was on probate, right? Somehow through the legal system, the court system, this money's tied up somewhere, and she knew how to get to it. But the idiot right here, she couldn't cover her tracks, or I mean, I don't know if you can even cover your tracks. She had that connected to her TikTok account, and she was giving gifts on TikTok that accumulated $1.2 million. How stupid are you? You could have invested that money and brought some money back to the table. Yet you can't get a refund on this stuff, y'all.
PayPal to TikTok.
And she was using that bank account that had his life savings in it to pay that credit card.
So why TikTok? Well, prosecutors say Blackman was using the money to tip social media influencers on live streams in hopes of building her own following. Blackman also purchased a suite for Dallas Mavericks games, lavish trips, and more.
She didn't buy any assets. She didn't put the money anywhere and had nothing to offer to pay back that was comparable to the amount that she stole. She went ahead and stole another $400,000 from the business as well.
Blackman's employer ultimately caught on to the theft, which led the company down a rabbit hole, realizing theft had been going on for several years. Blackman was indicted in 2022.
She is extremely intelligent. She only ever graduated from high school, but that is no measure of how intelligent you are or how good you are at figuring out how to hide money. And she is very good at that.
Hey, I got my GED. I'm good, money. I think.
Blackman is sentenced to 35 years in prison. Court documents reveal that she plans to appeal that sentencing. However, her attorney could not be reached for comment tonight. Steve, Heather, back to y'all.
All right, David Sintendry, thank you.
35 years for $1.2 million. Damn, that ain't worth it. For real. Hell no. Sometimes I look at it, y'all. Like I remember talking to Michael Bryant and somebody in prison. You know, they lost a leg, and I think they got paid like $10 million from suing the state for malpractice. Right? I was like, well, some people might say it's worth $10 million for a leg, right? But I look at this. Is it worth 35 years of your life for $1.2 million? Hell no. So this woman's pretty stupid, pretty dumb, got caught, and to do the dumbest things, right? To be some kind of a not even a TikToker. She probably could have used the money, to be honest, to build up some kind of a channel, a YouTube channel, a studio, or lights, camera, action. But no, she wants to lay on her rear end and gift these TikTokers and become cool in their eyes, right? And get a shout out. I don't think she wanted to become some kind of a big TikToker. No, she just wanted to be on these coattails of these TikTokers, thinking it's going to garner some brownie points, cool points, or what have you, right? But all it did was put her in prison for 35 years. Good, Stacey, you deserve to be in that cell. Hope you stay in there and you think about what you did. You burned the dude for his whole life savings just to tip somebody a galaxy or a bear or a rose or whatever the hell y'all do on TikTok. How pathetic. How disgusting. Shame on you, Stacey. Stay in prison. Hope you learn your lesson. Whoa. Let's continue, y'all. Man, it's pretty good. I'm having fun over here. What do I got? 10 viewers over here. It's all good. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, stupid is and stupid does. I'm trying to tell you, let's be honest, y'all. We all go through it, right? We work hard. We live, somewhat of a boring life. I say boring's good, though. That's the problem with social media. You see other people, how they live. You see these TikTokers making all this money. You think maybe you can do it yourself. I don't know. And it puts this false reality in your mind. Guys, we live in IRL, in the real life. Amen? And it's hard. It's hard being a father, a husband, a wife, a business owner. Hey, shout out my boy JP, a truck driver. It ain't easy. And we go online and see people living these lives that we think are fine and dandy, but they're not. And then you got dumb idiots like this woman, Stacey, blowing through 1.2 million just to give gifts on TikTok. What the hell? Damn, you could have bought you an 18-wheeler. You could have bought a couple, right, JP? she gave $1.2 million in galaxies and bears and roses to people on TikTok. How stupid. Anyways, let's continue, y'all. All right, so now we're going to get into the last two sections or videos here. Y'all check it out. Now, I interviewed an illegal alien at the Home Depot, outside of Home Depot, should I say. So what happened one day is I got messages on Facebook because, in my city, I get up real quickly and quick and with the quickness, right? When things happen, if I'm needed, right? They throw the MAGA signal up there and I'm out the door. So this weekday, I remember it was like either a Saturday or Sunday, somebody said, Nino, there's about 15 people outside of Home Depot, and they sent me pictures. And I said, damn, I would never thought I would see that in my city of Midland, Texas. You don't see this stuff in Midland, y'all. Maybe in Cali, of course, and other states. But I never thought I'd see this in West Texas, of all places. I get up, right? My wife really didn't want to go, to be honest. She never wants to go. You know, she's just a regular homemaker. But there, Nino America goes out the door, I think on a Sunday, and we go looking for these people outside of Home Depot. I pull up, me and my wife, and we just check them out. And I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of sketchy. There's a bunch of men out there. My wife didn't get off on me. I went by myself. I got my little mic and my iPhone camera, and I went out there and spoke to them. And some guy even pulled up, I think a concrete layer or somebody trying to negotiate with these guys. And from now, the way this guy talked to me, I think basically, you know, this guy wanted a lot of money because these guys are all about the moolah. And the guy asked him for help, and he just drove off, right? And they went all into his truck with it from what we saw. But here's me going up to the guy, and I did an interview with him. And I want to kind of explain, you know, how this interview went down, what I was thinking, and what he said. And we'll go through this interview real quick, reaction to this video I did, and let's go.
¿Qué onda, bro? ¿Qué es tu nombre?
Mi nombre es David, amigo.
¿De dónde vienes?
De Venezuela.
So I asked him, what's your name, right? Some people were saying, you know, we don't understand. Excuse me. We don't understand what he's saying. I just say, what's your name? He says, David from Venezuela. Now, to be honest, my Spanish is horrible, right? But I know enough to get by in the oil field, whatever. But I speak English only. Let's continue.
¿Y qué tanto estás aquí en the USA?
Tengo aproximadamente como 4 semanas.
4 weeks. How long he been in the USA? He said he's been here for 4 weeks, y'all. Check this out.
¿Y por qué estás aquí?
Estoy por aquí para un buen futuro, buscando un trabajo. Aquí en este lugar que estoy ahorita en Home Depot.
I said, what are you here for? He said, for a better future, to make money. I'm outside of Home Depot to make money.
Buscando un trabajo para trabajar, pero la cosa está ruda. No hay trabajo ahorita.
Sí.
He said there ain't no work right now. That's what he's saying, y'all.
Exacto.
Pero ahorita yo he visto muchas personas aquí. ¿Qué pasó?
Se tuvieron que ir para sus casas porque no hubo laborar hoy. No había trabajo, no llegó nadie con trabajo hoy.
I said, I saw about a lot of people here outside. What happened? He said, well, they had to go home. There was no work. That's what he told me.
So no hay jale ahorita.
No había jale, exacto.
¿Por qué?
Bueno, no sé, estaba el día quieto, no había personajes. No había gente que vino a buscar gente para trabajar.
He said there was no work. Nobody came to look for people to work. No work at all. That's what he said, y'all. It's crazy. West Texas is booming.
¿De dónde vienes? ¿De allá?
Yo vengo de Venezuela.
Sí, hasta aquí.
Sí, hasta aquí.
¿Está duro para venir para allá, para aquí?
Sí, coño, muy fuerte, muy fuerte.
Sí.
Hay que pasar muchos países para llegar aquí.
¿En el pies?
Ajá, pie.
Ah, shit.
Sí, todo.
¿Qué tanto tiempo para venir para allá, para aquí?
Duré 5 meses viajando.
5 months.
Sí.
Okay, so I asked him, how'd you get here? He said by foot. He crossed over very hard, very rough, and it took him 5 months to get here. Now, this is where the interview kind of turns sour. He starts, you know, he takes the mic off in a minute. Y'all, it's pretty crazy, but I think he didn't like my questioning because, you know, America, y'all gonna ask him the tough ones. And I guess he thought this might be an easy interview, but he ended up, you know, kind of showing his true self. But again, 5 months it took for him to get here from Venezuela on foot. Kind of don't make sense, or does it?
5 meses.
5 meses duré de Venezuela hasta aquí, hasta Estados Unidos.
¿Y qué haces para comer y tomar?
Bueno, gracias a Dios tengo a mi hermano y eso, y vengo para acá y a veces siempre sale diitas y cosas, y uno siempre, con la bendición de Dios, siempre sale algo.
How do you eat? He said he has a brother. By the grace of God, he'll be able to eat sometimes, and he makes it.
Ya.
Es muy duro que no.
No, pero siempre nunca rendirse. Siempre para adelante, con la bendición de Dios.
¿Qué crees con hay americanos que dicen que necesita ir para atrás para tu país?
Que dicen que me van a mandar para mi país. Bueno, que sea la voluntad de Dios. Si es la voluntad de Dios, así será. Él es el.
I asked him, I said, what do you say about, and she kind of changed. I said, what do you think about Americans that say that you need to go back to your country? He says, oh, they said they're going to send me back. And he goes, well, he's basically saying if it's God's, you know, timing, it'll happen, right? He's basically putting it on God, said it's all on God, you know, what's going to happen to him.
Que lo sabe y lo permite todo.
¿Es cristiano tú? ¿Es cristiano?
No soy cristiano, pero sí soy creyente en Dios y también existe la iglesia cuando se puede, pues.
I asked him if he's a Christian. He said he's not a Christian. He's probably a Catholic, right? That's what Catholics do. Catholics say, you ask a Catholic, and say, I'm a Catholics, right? But you ask a Catholic, are you a Christian? They say, no, I'm a Catholic, even though we all should be Christians. But, that's what he said. I said, are you a Christian? He said, no, but I believe in God and I go to church. So I believe he may be a Catholic. I might be wrong. I don't know, but he's not a Christian per se, but he does believe in God. That's what he says.
Estoy libre, puedo ir a la iglesia.
¿Tienes familia?
Familia, sí, claro, tengo hijos, tengo mi esposa, tengo mis hermanos aquí.
Oh, damn. He said he has his family, his wife, his brother. They're all here. That's what he said.
Okay, hold on.
My mic to make sure everything's going good.
Oh, ¿y tus hijos dónde están?
Now that I think about it, look, he had his homeboy right there. I think maybe that guy probably told him to cut it out at this point, y'all. When I put the camera back on him, check it out.
En Venezuela ahorita.
Sí. Y dígame ¿qué está pasando en Venezuela. ¿Está bueno allá? ¿Está duro? ¿Qué?
Ahorita estamos en elecciones. El domingo es las elecciones. Vamos a ver si sale Maduro, no sale o se queda.
Maduro, that's the guy, the president of Venezuela. He's trying to get reelected or get elected, and he said they're going to see what happens on Domingo. I think that means Monday. So they're waiting to see if he's going to get elected or reelected. I don't know who this guy Maduro is. I heard good things about him, and I'll say that in a minute. And then he said he talks bad about him.
¿Y qué crees que está bueno con él o mal?
What's good with him? What's bad?
No, a tener el pueblo sufrido.
Sí.
Claro, nos tiene por aquí tan lejos de la familia.
Pero el güey dice que está más safe y está más bueno allá en Venezuela.
Ah, bueno, ese la sabe el que la vive. El que no la vive no sabe nada. No. Si usted no la ha vivido y no sabe cómo es esa cosa por allá, no puede decir que da.
¿Qué es tus... ¿Cómo dice?
Oye, pero tú me quedaste pegada. Hey, saludo a la cámara y muchas gracias, mi hermano. Mi nombre es David. Bueno, adiós, amigo, bello.
Oh, hold on, you throw my...
So he cuts off the questions right there. He said that that guy in Venezuela, he's crooked, and that we don't know because we don't live there, and only he knows how that Maduro, whatever his name is, how he is. So he cuts off the interview, y'all. Look what he says.
Preguntas.
Oye, pero no. Bueno, son 20 más.
Come on, no.
Coño, sí, coño, 20 más.
Ok, no, yo no nos trae 20.
Coño, pero no, huevona, si tiene la cartera llena, vale.
Ok.
Toma, ya.
Órale, pasa buen día.
Al igual, mi papá.
Yeah.
There's his buddy right there, right? So what he said, his other buddy got his head down. So what he said, hold on, right there, his other buddy, they're there outside Home Depot. He said he's cutting the interview short. He wants $20 more. And I said, bro, what the hell? And then he said, come on. He goes, he said he saw my wallet was full. And I'm not going to say anything else, y'all, but that's what he said. I saw your wallet was full. I want 20 more. This dude wanted $50, y'all, for an interview. And he spoke to me for 3 minutes and 50 seconds, 4 minutes only. And he cut the interview short. So anyways, my thought process on this is, there's a language barrier. I can't really talk to him the way I wanted to. I can't really ask him the questions I wanted to. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of, I felt somewhat of danger, it was somewhat dangerous. Nothing too crazy, but I don't know these fools, and I didn't let my wife get off. I went out there. I have, certain protection on me. I'll just leave it at that. And I spoke to them outside of Home Depot. There's about 10 to 15 illegals there. From what I seen on the Facebook post that they tagged me in, I went down there and I spoke to this guy, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking, y'all. And you see his attitude, right? He plays a part at certain points, and I think the guy's, I don't think he's that much of a stand-up person, to be honest, y'all. And what I did notice, though, is a lot of people on my Instagram in particular, they kind of did for this guy. They kind of had some kind of sympathy for him, which, of course, I guess, any man would say, I even kind of felt bad for them. I told my wife when I got home, I said, damn, you guys, where are they going to go home to? They're in the sun all day standing around in the heat. I kind of did feel bad for them. But at the same point, though, you got to go home. I'm going to need to call ICE and tell them to go hit up this parking lot, this next week. But there's the interview with me and the guy, David, from Venezuela, and they're here. We walked out of a store earlier, and me and my wife, we saw a couple come in, and they spoke like Cuban, Puerto Rican, whatever. And it's not the same Spanish as someone from Mexico, y'all. And me and my wife looked at each other and said, damn. My wife said, yeah, they're here. They're here. And I heard there's over 40,000. Someone just this running for office said there's over 40,000 illegals in Midland, Texas. We got a population of 150,000, and there's about 40,000 illegals. That's what the reports are saying. Probably more in my city. Venezuela, Cuba, Puerto Rico, everywhere. They're coming. and they're here, y'all, in West Texas. My wife said she was at TJ Maxx, and that's all she heard was Spanish, all this weird Spanish. It ain't regular Spanish from Mexico or even Tex-Mex, Tejano, Texas Spanish. This is Spanish like this guy. They speak a different kind of Spanish. Yes, we can comprehend each other speaking, right? But the way they speak is way different, y'all. And my wife said at TJ Maxx, she just kept hearing even little kids, people, women talking in this Spanish. It's different, right? And that's how it is now. I'm in West Texas, y'all, and they are here. But there's David, y'all. Interviewed him outside of Home Depot. Got another video. Let's go to the comments. Yeah, exactly. Chula come here legally. That's all I'm saying. But they don't want to. They don't want to listen, y'all. They don't want to do it right. Chula says Cristiano. Yes, that's a Christian, right? Asked him if he's a Cristiano. He said no, but he believes in God. Let's see here. Manny says the bad illegals are not at Home Depot looking for work. I agree to a certain extent, but then again, hey, Manny, how do we know that, though, bro? What up, Chicano Clone Trooper? What up, though? Hey, Manny, how do we know that? Because think about it. We don't even know this guy's background. And that's the homie Manny. But let's be honest, bro. We don't know his background. We don't know where he came from. We don't know where he's going. We just know what he's telling us on camera. We don't know who this guy is. This guy could have a crime rap sheet, 10 pages long. Will we ever know? Hell no, we won't know. We don't know if he's a bad hombre, right? I mean, if you're at Home Depot and you're an illegal, how can we tell what your rap sheet is? We can't. Either way, I think all people that come into the United States need to be vetted thoroughly. Straight up. We need to deport those that are here illegally, and you want to come in the correct way. That's how I look at it. But there it is. Tamara says a lot of Venezuelans are in Chicago and Denver. People made YouTube videos about it. Chula, exactly. How do we even know that? I just look at it like this, right? Humanitarian, whatever, that's one way to look at it, right? But you know what? I think about my family. I think about y'all's families. Anybody that lives in America that was born here, y'all my people, right? I do for Americans and Christians worldwide, right? But the point is, God is about justice and order. And God is holy. Crossing these lands and breaking these laws that we have in place, y'all. I mean, if we do it, we're getting hung out to dry. If they do it, they're getting free health care and, they're kicking back. The point is, y'all, we have rules and standards and laws that we must abide by ourselves as American citizens. But if we don't have no boundaries, if nobody enforces this, our borders, we're not going to have a country no more. I'm sad to say, though, I think it's already too far gone, to be honest. Pretty soon, y'all, English, that's going to be a language not of the common man in America. It's going to be nothing but Spanglish, Spanish, and God knows what other languages. All right, I got to wrap it up, y'all. I got one more. Then this is the one that got a little bit of blowback on your boy, y'all. I actually have another video. I'm really kind of leery of posting it, y'all, because I already didn't go hard on the guy. I'm going to tell you something. When you go out and do these videos in public, y'all, it's one thing to get up there and to talk to them, but to sit there and try to debate them, y'all, I haven't got to that point yet. I'm not that, I'm not that good of an interviewer even to go down that rabbit hole or down that path of debating these people, y'all. This is the next video. Check it out. Uninformed voter, 19, being interviewed by me. Now, this right here happened outside of the Midland Park Mall in Midland, Texas, y'all. We were shopping, and I told my wife, you know what? I got my new camera, my new microphone. Let me get an interview. And I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of hard to even get anybody to speak to me, right? Not everybody likes to be on the camera, but I got this young man, and I forgot his name. He'll say it in a minute, and we'll see what he has to say about Kamala and Trump. What up, everybody? What's up, bro? What's your name?
What's up? I'm Drew.
Drew.
Yes, sir.
Nino, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, bro,
yes,
so what are your thoughts on the upcoming election?
I honestly thought it was crazy that Biden dropped out and Camilla stepped up, because I know a lot of people have been looking for, that type of person for a president, and the people that, aren't going to vote for Trump, they're looking for anybody else. And that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, that's the only thing really. I've heard mixed opinions about, everyone who they're going to vote for. And I honestly don't know who I'm gonna vote for. I'm not registered, but
okay, I was gonna ask you, are you gonna vote?
Yeah, no, I can't really vote. I'm not registered, so.
But you can still get registered. But let me ask you, it's pretty interesting you're saying that because you're young, right? How old are you, if you don't mind?
19.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not registered to vote. You don't care to vote. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's a fair statement. It's not really in my top priorities right now.
Why would you say it's not really what you think about?
I don't know. It's like, I mean, I know it's going to affect me, but I feel like, I guess I kind of feel like my vote doesn't count.
And I thought about it, though, right? He's 19, so Trump was in office in what? Trump 2020, he won in 20, right? So that means when Trump was running, this guy was about 15, right? So he really didn't care. Because some people are in the comments saying, man, this guy don't know nothing. He's dumb. He's misinformed. You know, they're talking crap about the young man, you know? And to be honest, I was just grateful the dude even talked to me. I had about 10 people. My wife and daughter kind of felt bad for me because I kept getting rejected on speaking to somebody. And this is the only guy that wanted to talk to me. And to be honest, he was reluctant to speak. He really didn't want to talk. The only reason he kind of talked to me because I told him, hey, you can promote your business at the end, and he did so. But the point is, y'all, this guy right here is a young, uninformed voter, and I wanted to highlight this, right? And I didn't really sit there and debate him or try to, you know, push my opinion or theology or anything on the guy on camera. I'm not gonna lie. After we spoke, I preached the gospel to him. You know, we talked about other things. We had a pretty good conversation after the camera was off. But this is my little segment I did of interviewing him. And to be honest, I kind of had softball questions or you know, a conversation with him because, you know, young guy, he really didn't even want to speak to me. I was grateful he did. I didn't want to just sit there and bash him and debate him. And he really didn't know no better, y'all. So I was easy on the guy, right? But a lot of my people in my comments were telling me that I failed and, you know, I should have went harder on him. I should have taught him lessons and all. You know what I'm saying? Blase, blase. I felt like telling them, you know what? Show me how it's done then. You go do an interview and show me exactly how it's done. Somebody on my Facebook said, Nino, you should have told him this. This is an epic fail. You forgot to tell him this. I'm like, damn, you know, I'm not perfect at interviewing people like this. And at the same time, like I said, I wasn't trying to go hard on the guy. You know, he really don't even know that much. He really ain't even that well informed, you know. So in either way, show me how it's done. I digress.
I know a lot of people say that, but it's kind of just, I don't know who I'll vote for. I feel like I haven't really done my research in it to know who I need to vote for and what policies they have and all that. So,
what are your overall thoughts about Trump?
I'd say he goes everything about as a businessman. You know, like he's not really like our other presidents who go about it, you know, in the country way. His mind's more on business, and he runs the way he did run it was kind of in a business way. Like he's looking out for us at the business level, I guess.
He understand that. Hey, yeah, thanks, man. I forgot he was 11. I was like, damn. In my head, I'm like, was that far back? It's about 7 years. But you're right. 2016, Trump won. 2020, Trump lost. Right. But anyways, you're right. He was actually 11 when Trump was elected, and then we ran through this Biden presidency while he was 15, 16. Probably why he don't care, because he even said that he was working. And I'll let him tell it.
Kind of makes sense.
And do you think that's a pretty good way that he ran the country?
Yeah, I mean, like, I know if you can make people happy with your policies, like majority of people happy, then I say you're doing, you know, pretty good. So,
who did better, Trump or Biden?
That's hard for me to see. It's like I don't keep up with politics, so I don't really know how Biden influenced us. I don't know how Trump influenced us.
Well, let me ask you this: did you have more money under Trump, or did you make more money under Biden?
I've stayed at the same job. It's kind of like the same, you know. I haven't seen it.
Right? Of course, you don't really have a good answer for this because, like we said, under Trump, he probably wasn't even making no money, right? Because he was underage. So it all makes sense now that we think about it, right? But again, everybody's stirring me up in the comments, y'all. You should have got on his case, Nino. But man, like I didn't want to. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to get on the dude like that. I guess I didn't have the heart in me to you know, just debate this young man. You know, I was just grateful he was talking to me.
Any really difference, you know? So
what do you think about Kamala?
I don't know enough about Kamala. I know she's trying to, you know, I'm a big, like, you know, pro-choice, and that's where she's going for. Like, I'm, you know, all about, you know, having women, you know, knowing at their own discretion what to do with their bodies, and I feel like that's a big issue that we're dealing with too.
And that's what my wife said. My wife said, why are these 18-year-old kids, someone like him, talking about him, why are the number one issue on their mind is abortion and women's rights? Is that how good the Democrats are at pushing that message to the younger voter? Like, that's all they got to offer? Like Chula said earlier, the Democrats at the DNC are offering free abortions and vasectomies? What the hell? Is that what they think all y'all care about, Democrat voters and youngsters? Aborting your child? Are you a Christian?
Yeah. I'm agnostic. That's the way I'd put it. I'm not atheist. I was raised Christian, but you know, it's not necessarily God that I don't believe in. It's kind of the people that, would kind of surround themselves with. That's kind of what I think.
So you kind of say that kind of influences you, that kind of like to not take Christianity serious because Christians maybe in the past or just...
Oh, no, I take it serious 100%. Okay. I respect, their religion. It's just like not something I necessarily align with, like with, I know this is going on a little off topic, but I've just personally felt that, people want to spread, love in the Christian way, but sometimes it comes out the quite, opposite. And so it comes out like a little bit of hatred, which it's not the religion itself, it's just some of the people. Not everyone, but, some people that have kind of made me realize that maybe this isn't what I want to align myself with. And maybe that's the people I surrounded myself with, which is on me, but it's just as of this moment, I'm kind of just open to, just letting, there is a God, but I just don't know who he is.
Man, let me know what you think in the comments, y'all, of that statement. It's basically what I hear a lot, right? Some Christians are hateful, y'all are hypocrites, that's why I don't go to church. No, the Bible's very clear, right? The Lord Jesus said in John 3:16 that men's hearts are basically dark, right? Or men love the darkness rather than the light. That's why they don't want to go to the light, right? So you can sit there all day and blame other people, kind of like what the young man did here, with all due respect. You can blame others and say, hey, they're Christians, I don't want to be. No, actually, you just don't want to be, right? Because again, in John 3:16, the Lord Jesus said that men love darkness rather than the light. So when someone says that Christians are hypocrites and all this, you know what? We're all hypocrites, let's be honest. But don't sit there and blame other people because you don't want to get closer to God or you don't want to become a Christian. You know what I mean? Like, that's on you. It's in your heart. You want to be in the darkness. You want to stay in the dark. You don't want to come towards the light. That's all on you. So don't sit there and blame the next man for what's in your heart, for you not wanting to come to the light, because unless you come to the light, your deeds will be made open. Or I forgot how the Lord Jesus said it. Sorry for not having it down packed, but he's basically saying that, you come to the light, things will be exposed. So it's men that don't want to come to the light, y'all. It never says that you can blame someone else for, your walk. It's all on you. So when I hear people having this excuse, it's pretty, I would say, pathetic, to be honest. You're blaming others because you don't want to be a Christian. To a certain degree, I can see how some people could use that excuse, but nah, at the end of the day, it's all on you.
So,
amen.
Let me ask you this: if you had to vote, who would you vote for, Trump or Kamala?
I'd vote for Kamala. I think so. I'd like to see how she would run things. Biden or Trump, he's ran it before, so we know how he does it. But I feel like we're open for some change.
Interesting. Are you from Midland?
Yeah, I'm from Midland. I've been
born and raised
my entire life. So
interesting. 19. Yeah. Okay, man. Go ahead and plug your business, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
So he doesn't plug his business here, but anyways, I just want to say I spoke to the guy and it was a good interaction, y'all. I spoke to him, and again afterwards we spoke. I gave him the gospel. Y'all, when you're a Bible thumping Christian, you gonna preach, and that's one thing I did. I preached to him the gospel. We spoke a little bit more about politics, and y'all, he went on his way. His buddy was there, y'all, with his back turned to us. I don't know why, but that was kind of weird. But I guess he didn't want no part of this. He didn't want to be on camera, which is, that's on him. But I wanted to show everybody, right? Because everybody kind of, got me on this one, or they try to say I was too soft on him, but I'm going to be honest. I actually just wanted him to speak to show people what the average mindset of someone like this young man is, right? Good thing he's not a voter, right? Because if he was voting, he said he'd vote for Kamala, right? But the point is, I want people to understand that don't just think that Trump's going to win. Don't just think that Trump's got it in the bag, y'all, because he don't. This guy right here is a pretty well-spoken young man. He don't look like he's too crazy. He's not full of TDS. He don't just hate Trump, right? He some people like how he spoke. Some of my followers said they salute him for having an opinion and for me not berating him. You know what I'm saying? They like what he said. So that's the point, though. This dude ain't too crazy of a liberal. He might be even conservative in certain degrees in life or aspects in life. But the point is, that's why I wanted to put this out there, is because to show my people that Trump just don't got it in the bag. Don't think just because we don't like Kamala and that's what they got, that's all they got, that she's going to lose. Hell no. You got people like this guy that said that he would vote for Kamala. That's why I really wanted to put this out there to show my people, y'all, we don't have it in the bag. Shout out to the young man. I'll let him say the rest of his piece, y'all. He's at a tattoo studio. Let's check it out.
tattoos. We're out here at High Society Tattoo Shop. So the number in Midland, Texas. So our number is 432-218-6989. Give us a call and we'll set you up an appointment.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for having me. You have a good one.
I said, I said,
So Donald Trump was asked.
I said, not yet, young man. We're going to speak real quick. And I started talking to him, anyways, off camera. So there it is, y'all. Uninformed voters speaking on the upcoming election and who he's going to vote for. He said he would vote for Kamala if he could. So I digress, y'all. I interviewed him, and like I said, a lot of my people weren't happy with the way I interviewed him. They thought I was too soft, but you know what? That's how I did the interview. I didn't want to be too combative with the guy. I didn't want to sit there and debate him. I mean, like, for what? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too, not that I'm too good or too knowledgeable on politics. I just wanted the guy to speak, to be honest. Sometimes it's better, y'all, to let someone else speak and listen and just see what they got to say, right? And that's how I conducted this interview. I let him talk, let him say what he wanted to say, and there you have it. Anyways, y'all, so let's continue. We winding down. JP says, I wonder if you would have showed him some things that Trump has done for the country versus what Kamala Harris has done and let him choose what's the best person for the office. Yes, even my wife said, JP, good idea, bro. I might do it next time. But even my wife said, you should have, gave him quotes of Kamala and said, who said this, Trump or Kamala, right? Things like that. And I agree. But I'm going to be honest, y'all. I was shopping with my wife and daughter all day and sitting outside the mall, asking people to interview with me. I wasn't even prepared. It's not like I went out there to get interviews. I was spending time with my wife and my kids, right? And it was hot, end of my day. You know what I'm saying? This was like spur of the moment. Not to have any excuses. I'm just saying I didn't go out there to get content. I went out there to shop with my wife and my daughter. So I didn't really have, all my ducks in a row. I just turned the camera on, asked a couple, like 10, 15 people if they wanted to talk. He's the only one that said yes. And I spoke to him. Now, if I would have went about it, being more prepared, I could have had a better plan of action. But like I said, after the camera went off, y'all, we spoke to him. Even before the camera went on, we spoke to the guy. And I'm going to be completely honest. When I heard him say that he's not a Christian or that he's kind of slid away from the faith, I preached to him, y'all. At that point, to be honest, hey, I love Trump and all that, y'all, but that's more important to me. Straight up. That ain't a cop-out. That's the honest truth, y'all. Once the cameras went off, I started preaching to the guy, telling him about how, becoming a Christian is not about how you live and going to church and being good. Those are good things. But I said it's simple faith in Christ, what he did on the cross. I preached to him. I gave him the gospel. And I said, I know you think people are hypocrites and you don't like how Christians are, certain, Christians or whatever. I said, but that don't matter. I said, at the end of the day, it's going to be between you and God. I gave him the gospel. I preached to him, y'all. And that's what mattered more to me than getting him to vote for Trump, y'all. I wanted to make sure that I even said, when you lay down at night, tell God to show you. Amen. And the Bible says God's word never returns void. You don't need a receipt. You don't need a receipt for God's word. It's always, it's rock solid. Amen. And that's what I was more concerned about once the cameras went off. It really wasn't about politics, y'all. It was about his eternal security when he passes away, what's going to happen to his soul. Amen. And that's what I did. I talked to him about God, a little bit about politics, but more or less, about religion or Christianity, should I say, believing the gospel, getting born again. And we did talk about politics and all that. We had a good conversation, but, the camera was off at that point, y'all. So that's what it was. Anyways, hey, thank you. God bless you, Chula. Thank you for joining the show. I'm out of here, too. Thanks for everybody watching y'all now on the repeat. Thank y'all, everybody. We're streaming on all platforms, y'all. Christ is Lord. Y'all have a blessed week. I'm back at it tomorrow, y'all. I got Desert Power Trucking. I got my other channel, my trucking channel going. Check it out when you get a chance, y'all. And with that, thank y'all for watching, y'all. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, y'all. God bless y'all. And I'm out of here. Later.